All right, this is Randalicious. Welcome to the 29th Hexis podcast. Ain't nothing stopping us. Let's get into it. Randalicious, leader of Hexis.
Trance, I'm a Gen Hexis.
I'm Alkan, and I'm shit.
My name is Hail Vegeta, and I am the CEO, CFO, owner-operator, founder, player, and leader of the #1 team in the Hexis-sponsored high-level skilling community, RuneScape Fantasy EHP competition.
Hi, my name is Ace2cool, and I'm the CEO, CFO, owner, operator, founder, player, and leader of the #2 team in the Hexis-sponsored high-level skilling community RuneScape Fantasy Efficient Hours Played competition.
Aubrey, I'm going for 20 mil all right now.
Well, start things off. Just gonna announce it's the 1-year anniversary of Sick Nerd leaving Hexis. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago was the 1-year anniversary. So everybody tweeted him some Bible thumps or whatever. Thanks for Jen. By the way,
Wait, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
We're just
Just a
remembering.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Bittersweet.
Well, I guess if it's his 1-year anniversary of leaving, I guess it's my 1-year anniversary of joining.
Nah, you were in a clan for like 2 months before he left.
I was in Smiley. I think I got an actual rank like somewhere in January, I think. Close to my 1 year at least.
My 3 years coming up. But all right, rest in peace, Sick Nerd. Burnt out 3 weeks after he left.
See you, mate.
Alright, but starting it off though, over or in between podcasts here, we released the best and worst of the Hexis podcast that Jin Trickle did. If you guys watched it, how did you guys like it? What were some of the best and worst things that you liked from the best and worst of the podcast?
I did watch it. I found listening back on all the old shit that I said so long ago is a little bit cringe, some of it anyways, but it was good, well put together, so props to them. They had to listen to a ridiculous amount of podcast.
I thought it was phenomenal. That was fantastic.
I watched it. I don't remember my highlights of it, but it was all good to be honest. But good job to them. I can't believe they sat there and watched all the fucking things just to make a thing like that.
Dedication.
Yeah, I watched it too. I thought it was really funny. Especially like the Sick Nerd in the early parts. That was really funny to me.
Oh man,
But,
he had like for the small amount of time he was on it, he sure had a whole lot of great ones.
and then Trickle and Jins did a good job. I can only imagine the brain damage they went through listening to fucking 28 podcasts in a row. So
Yeah, I watched it. I think I watched it twice actually. And it was I laughed the whole time. It's so good.
I also watched it. I thought it was very hilarious that Matto got lured multiple times on different occasions, different lures and scams. And the best highlight for me was saying that I would hopefully won't get cleaned on
Wait, never been clean.
07. Never been cleaned. Still this day I've never been cleaned. I've almost been cleaned.
Yeah.
So that
never say never.
never say never, but there's always a shot after max.
Wait, have you taken a loan though? If you've been down
Post
to a really
max
low
goals.
Haven't taken a loan
Okay.
since
That
I've
would've
been
breaking
in the
it.
arena. No.
Post max
All
goals.
loan of
to
1
get
billion
clean.
GP.
Ace, looking back, do you regret that like 800 mil stake or what?
Yes. I should not have listened to Randy and staked the freaking Xer.
You should have listened to me.
Yeah, Randy
Actually,
was like the
I
only
should
one
not
telling
have
you not
staked.
to stake it. There's the
I
other
should've
30
not
people in
staked the
TS.
guy that had like a 75% win ratio on me.
Like
That would've-
the odds are always in their favor. I thought the podcasts were great. Looking forward to next year's for Christmas. But okay, Also, in between podcasts, something that came out was
Can't even say it.
the Skilling Cup results were posted for the first 2 weeks. I but given how it's been handled so far, what would you like to see differently next year, or any possible improvements? And what do you think of the current results and how they were shared?
I can't believe it took them a month to release like 4 words. Like week 1 Hexis, week 2 Solus was what they released. Next year, I don't even want there to be a fucking Skilling Cup. This shit's so stressful, and it's ugh. And the methods we're using are expensive and pointless. The methods we're using aren't practical methods in reality. So yeah, next year I'd rather not be a Skilling Cup, in all honesty, or this year, whatever.
Yeah, I agree with Trance. Like, probably should even. It's gotten to the point where it doesn't really seem like it proves who the better clan is. Like people just finding methods that aren't even used and just like abusing them and seeing like what they can get and spending that much money on 1 hour. I'm not gonna do that. And the fact that we had to wait that long for that little information, like I know like as it was going on, we were like, oh, it's kind of funny, like making memes about it. But like at this point, it was just, it's honestly like just a disgrace. I think Ronan's a fuck.
I've tried to be understanding through the whole process. I really have. After that shit was posted, I just really had no words to describe what my feeling. A word hadn't even been invented yet to describe how I was feeling. We waited a month for that shit. Like, what I was expecting was for it to go into great detail. You know, like last year, it showed like the point system and like everything like that. I was expecting to see some standings. I was expecting to see, you know, like, all right, for week 1, like Hexis 100 points, Solus 95, 96, whatever. And then like you could click on the clan and then view who did those hours and what the hours that they got were. They have that data. Why aren't they giving it to us? You know, like that would be awesome to see, you know, oh, this guy got the best hour in that clan. This guy got the best hour in that clan. This guy had the best hour out of anyone that was even doing it. You know, things like that. That's stuff that I'd like to see. And they have that information for us. And hold on, let me also say this motherfucker was 25 minutes late on. He tweeted twice that, oh yeah, you know, I'll be sharing the Skilling Cup results today, and he shared it at like 12:25 a.m. his time. He didn't even get it out on that actual day. How was he 25 minutes late on releasing Hexis 1 mining, Solus 1 fishing? How are you that late on delivering that news? As to what I think can be done to improve it, put it in the hands of someone else.
Whew.
I tried being understanding. Go ahead, Aubrey.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily think that the fact that it took so long was Ronan's fault. I don't think he was responsible for collecting the data, so that may not have been his fault. I can't like definitely say. I do think that the lack of information given was probably his fault, because once they had the data available, they must have had a fair amount of data available. So why didn't we see all of the information beforehand?
I mean, I think they should have just like done more than 11 characters worth of words. I mean, of letters. Like that's all they put. Hexis, Solus. That's it. Like they've been talking about all this data that they have, and they gave us 11 characters.
Got any
After a
more of
month.
that data?
Yeah. So I mean, they should just scrap it for next year. It's too much of a hassle and all that stuff.
Also, they honestly haven't even told us how the scoring is being done.
Yeah.
Like, based off of that graph, you would think we're tied. We're not tied. Somebody has to be winning or losing. Like we don't like. Well, unless the point system doesn't exist this year. I mean, that's how they did it last year. So I don't know.
Do you think maybe looking back on it now, in hindsight, a skilling arena may have been a better option than this?
I don't fucking know.
I think so, because they handled this terribly. If they handled it properly, it would have been better.
Yeah, I guess that's all down to management.
We
Oh,
got
yeah.
Ronan.
And they also put for the other two skills like TBD. What clan is TBD? There ain't no clan.
Trouble Brewing
that's
Destroyers, dude.
Forehead.
That's plan.
Trouble Brewing Destroyers. Oh, I didn't know. Haven't heard of them before.
Stuff is already decided.
All right. What are your guys' thoughts on they're going to be coming out with these seasonal $10,000 reward Deadman tournaments. Deadman's pretty dead as hell. There's less than 100 people on the worlds at pretty much any given time. But they're going to be out here giving away 10K multiple times a year for a game mode that is dead as hell. What do you think about that? Especially given that, like, I know before when we mentioned this, Deadman mode actually had a lot of people on it initially at the start, but now, I mean, we're talking 100 people per world. It's dead.
Yeah, I mean, Deadman mode is hard to argue otherwise. I think that it will be more active once we'll start like actually competing for this. I don't really know that much about it, like when it's starting and stuff. It will revive Deadman. Is it worth $10,000? Questionable.
$10,000 every, like, 3-4 times a year, not just a one-time
Is
thing.
it going to continue to be a paid tournament, or are they just going
Yeah.
to be like general seasons?
Paid.
That's a fucking waste of money.
I just don't see it reviving Deadman mode because we already know the outcome of the winner/winners of who's gonna win that. Because it's gonna be Team Man mode, and obviously Rot's gonna win, unfortunately, because they're pay to play, and just shows that they ruled it last time when it was out, or this time. It's mainly all Rot that's been doing it. Unfortunately, hate saying that word. So anti-Rot.
I mean, they're just gonna kill everyone that's not them and then split it amongst their own members. It's really, I don't see a point in it. Given how dead it is, it's such a waste of money to attempt to revitalize a shit game mode that there's more motherfuckers playing Classic right now than there are playing Deadman. Fuck Deadman.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the way to revive Deadman mode is not to necessarily make a tournament as in terms of like a long-term solution, but to make the game mode play,
Disappear.
because clearly people don't really want to play it right now.
I mean,
Like offering cash prizes to a bad game isn't really a good solution.
And for Deadman mode, it's just basically for PKers only. Like, what if you wanted to skill on it? Even though it's called Deadman, but I mean, like, there's no incentive for being the first to max or something like that. You win something.
I like that.
Last
I mean,
man,
that's
basically.
something that's more creative than just 10K to whoever the last guy standing is. Trance. Yep, Trance
Oh,
is
he hit it
DC'd,
out.
so fuck him.
Was that?
OEDC.
Go
Can you
on,
guys
Was
hear
that
me?
Trance?
keep going. You're
Was it just
next.
me?
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah, Trance, your turn.
Oh, that was weird. Anyways, are they doing new seasons for the tournament, or is it transfer your stats from the current Deadman server?
New season.
Oh, so you start from scratch on a new server.
Yeah.
Well, then I think a lot of people will play it then. If it was just like the top 100 people in Deadman mode right now, getting put into the tourney, that'd be stupid. But if it's a new season, I think people will actually play it. Like a lot of people. Not as many as when Deadman first came out, but still enough to like for there to be a competition involved.
did enough to
Wait, are they like
justify
scratching
it.
all the accounts basically and starting brand new?
Yeah.
That might revive it itself, but it won't be the same, I don't think. But I would say they should take the fucking death penalties out. I think losing your bank is fucking far enough. I think the whole point of why people don't play is because they lose their stats when they fucking die, and then it's literally just you're just skilling half the time when most people do it just to PK, but they have to keep skilling to get their stats back up. This is pointless.
Oh, I don't really like it, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of demo mode. I think it's kind of a dumb mode. And I definitely think $10,000, like, I don't know, like, it seems like an update to the game to me. Like, what other update do they put that kind of money into, I guess? I don't know, just...
Australian server.
Yeah, that's what everybody says, so I don't know, like, if they just don't want to do that or if they just don't care about it. But like Aubrey said, I think it's more like a short-term solution than a long-term solution. So I think it's just doomed to be dead, in my opinion.
Dead mode.
All right. I mentioned Classic in my last response, but Classic came out today and is now available to everyone. Do you guys have any plans on playing it?
I have no plans on playing that. It looks like absolute shit. If that was the game that was out when I first saw RuneScape, I would have never gave it a shot. Just looks like Play-Doh. Just looks horrible.
No, I have no plans on playing it. There's no. I would stick to one mode. Don't need more than one mode to play. Occupies enough time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play it either. Looks really dumb. Alkan brings up a good point. Like, if that was the first thing I ever saw of RuneScape, I probably would have never played RuneScape.
I was considering buying a bond to put on another account so I could log in once, just so I could have the capability to log in on a different account, because
You have to be a
I
member.
log in on my main account, but I'm not going to ever do that because I don't want to time, because I don't care about Classic that much. It is interesting just to like explore it and see what RuneScape used to be like, but I've played enough to, like, I played a while ago, not when Classic was the main game, but I played it a little bit, like 4 or 5 years ago.
You have to
I
be a
got,
member
like,
to play it.
quests done and stuff. Yeah, you do.
Oof.
Yeah, you do.
Free to play it all.
That's asking quite a. That's
It's just
asking
like-
a lot.
Yeah, it's just a very primitive game. I mean, the questing is kind of fun, but like the grammar in the questing is really bad. It just has a lot of bugs. It's heavily botted. There's no high scores. Most of the skilling methods are just horrible, to be honest. Like fletching on that game, smithing on that game, stuff like that. You have to click through like 3 chat options to make every single item that you want to make. So it's not a very good game necessarily. It's more just interesting for the sake of legacy. But I mean, 2007 or old school better game, I would say. Object.
I think Classic looks like crap. I think that yeah, like the skilling methods are crap. I heard like something like back in the day you couldn't even like people couldn't have multiple bank stands skilling at once because you'd have to like wait while someone talks to the
banker at
banker or
once.
something. That is so.
Only one person can be in
That is just so
chat with an
bad.
NPC.
Couldn't just one person talk to an NPC at a time?
Yeah.
They fixed
So
that later
questing was
on.
also
Yeah.
terrible, like day of release.
Sounds fucking terrible.
You have to, don't you have to like log in every 2 weeks to keep your account active?
I can still log into Classic like right before. Okay.
Oh.
Logged in for ages. You just have to log in once and then you can.
So
Rip.
someone asked the question about Hexis apparel and update on that. Looking to early this year try to some sort of Hexis apparel out. It'll be cool. Long sleeves, some hoodies, some t-shirts. About as nerdy and cringy as you could possibly imagine. That's what we're looking for. And
Nice.
hey, maybe I'll start selling. I'll start buying some mouse pads, sign them, and sell them out. You know, hey, we can start selling these Hexis mouses that everyone thinks that we have as well. Everyone thinks to have those.
Just show a
Wait.
clip of Trance using AHK and be like, "This is the mouse he uses."
Hey, we could maybe get
The
some
mouse he
snuggies
doesn't
as well. What are some other
So
some other
mice with
forms of
Trance's
apparel?
sweat on them.
Or for Trance, it'd be the
Trickle-
keyboard
trickle
he uses
skin
Saltine
cells.
crackers.
That would be. On a serious note, though, maybe in the next month or two, we'll have something. Never stop expanding. Yeah. Hey,
I would buy a bottle of Nance's piss.
hey, Trance will sell bottles of piss $25 each. We will. There'll be more information for everyone later. Alright.
That might be going a little too far.
All right. So.
Lasagna.
All right.
prepaid meals.
So, those of you who are in Fantasy EHP, who do you guys think is going to win it? We got the playoffs coming up here. I had a strong start. My team has slowly faded away. I think Vegeta's team has the most depth, but I think Trance, given that he owns himself, could fuck around and do over EHP. Right now, I'm taking Team Trance because I'm on his team. I may ride the bench, but I may ride it to a ring.
There is no stopping the powerhouse that is Team Vegeta. We will successfully complete our championship caliber season. And if you subtract one blunder of a week where we went against a team full of lavas, we would be undefeated. Yeah, I'm picking myself to go all the way to the ship, take it home.
I am probably gonna pick Vegeta also, due to the fact that I have the most depth and could probably take it, because I know most of them are already doing over EHP methods right now. Stuff like
Hey,
that.
Sen's the fucking MVP, dude.
And
Yeah, I'd say regular season, he's the regular season MVP.
who
like-
sends?
Yeah. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
that
bro.
Lynx is more EHP. Sans is the MVP.
Most improved player as well.
I think Vegeta or Ace will win. I don't think I'll win.
Why?
I
He's
don't know.
slowing down. If you check his league last week, his team's slowing down.
Hey, it's all about peaking
Hannah's
at the
almost
right
done.
time, baby.
Hannah's done and Eve got 200
Hannah is not done. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what?
Hey,
Fuck it.
Ned
I'm gonna win.
Flanders done.
Fuck you.
Hannah was
Hey,
said she
we
was
just
like,
lost someone. Wait, no. Hold
Did
up.
we lose?
Never mind, never mind.
She's just getting started.
I was being a jackass. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, do you think there's gonna be a long period of how long of an off season are you expecting for season 2?
I will not be doing a season 2.
I already
For the
saw this
past
coming.
3 weeks, half the people haven't even made their fucking teams.
Hey, be
Yeah.
honest. I didn't even make my team yesterday.
SMH, bro.
I mean, it's not that hard. It's like football. Football's on Sundays. Make your team on Sundays.
I
It's not difficult.
did not make my team yesterday.
If I win the championship, I'm not gonna play again either, just so I can go out on top.
All right. Moving on to some more actual RuneScape related. Do you feel that we need that we need new content to be added so the player base can be maintained or improved, or would you prefer a game with maybe like smaller updates, like more quality of life type things, which may lead to a smaller player base, or which one would you rather have?
I think it definitely will always need updates to survive to the average player. To us nerds, it really doesn't matter, honestly. I think we've already set it in our minds that these are the skills we'll be training and how we'll be training them. And if an update comes, then it's just whatever, as long as it's not like Soul Span. But it's not as much fun to play when it's a smaller base. Like, I remember when bots got nerfed the first time on RS3 and there was like 25,000 players online. I was like, what am I no-lifing for? This is stupid. Only 25,000 people like even played the game, so it just felt like not as much of an achievement maybe. But I don't know. It will definitely make a base smaller though if there's no updates. Just depends on what the updates are.
I think we need updates, yeah, but I think they need to like slow the fuck down with the updates. It seems like they're always blogging about something or polling about something. Like I don't think we need this many updates this often, like all the time. I mean, like is Zaya a cool update? Well, I don't think so, but some people might think that. But was it necessary?
If you're doing rune crafting right now, it's a good update.
Okay, it's a good update then, but
Yeah, that's about it.
But like, was it necessary? My eyes, not even in the slightest. We did not need this to bring new players. I mean, kind of a bum. I don't think it's brought a lot of new players. So I think we need new updates, but better updates spaced further in between each other.
I think there should be content updates, but I don't think it should be big content like Zaya. I think it should be medium-sized content, even though they did actually spend a hell of a lot of time doing the clue scroll update. The end result was medium-sized. And I think the clue scroll update that they did, I don't know, a year ago has actually had like more effect than Zaya has. In terms of like most people do clue scrolls when they get them. Like most players would do it when they receive one.
Let me take this
Most
opportunity to
won't
say,
go to
please,
Zaya.
if you guys are watching this, don't do clue scrolls. They're inefficient. Carry on.
No, I do clue scrolls. They're fun. But
Trance, have you done a clue scroll in your life?
yeah, dozen maybe.
Have you done a clue scroll in the last year and a half? Okay.
Maybe
Problem
I might have done one Big Mo. I don't remember.
Okay. There you go.
Oh,
Inefficient.
hey, on that topic of Big Mo, you know, they were supposed to have Big Mo in November, and they just didn't do it. They might have just forgot, but I remember back when they had him, I think it was in April of last year, they said that he would be coming again, and they'd be doing the same thing again in November, but it never happened. I just think they
Wilson would have
forgot.
lost a lot of money.
Huh?
Said Wilson would have lost a lot of money on his.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure that it wouldn't even be a drop in the ocean of money.
I remember when I think he was streaming not too long after the Mo shit, whenever that was. Said that there was a noticeable change in price, like a fair amount of them came into the game. Anyways, on the question, I do think that the game needs updates, and I mean, people don't necessarily always commend every single update that they think is good. Usually when people think an update is bad, they start talking about it more so. So I mean, the fact that I haven't talked about a lot of updates means that most are good. So I don't think that the game shouldn't get updated. I just think that it should get updates, and if things aren't so good, then bad thing.
I feel like the game does need some updates, but I feel like some of these big updates that they're putting in there should be tested by like players or something like that, some way or somehow, like to fix all the stuff that could come out, or to say get like both sides of the story of if it's bad, good, or like have player-based input, not just the people that are developing it and just throwing it into the game. Because most of the people don't even play the game, so they won't know if it's good content, bad content, or useless content.
I mean, I understand that updates coming is necessary for the game to remain. If they didn't make updates and it'd eventually die out, they wouldn't be making any money, and then the game would just be done. I'm okay. I'm gonna go kind of different from all you guys. I like to see big updates like it. Some of them are shit, some of them are good, but it's all for the better overall. They made a year ahead post a couple of days ago, and in it they were talking about like the second batch of Zaya, and in that, they were talking about like this some raid boss shit, a new fire making method called fire pits, and a clan system that they claim will be specifically designed for this community. Like, what do you guys want from the clan system, and do you think that the fire pits will essentially be bonfires?
As far as the clan system, it would be nice to be able to be in a friends chat and in the clan chat at the same time. That would be cool the way it is in RS3. No citadels because they're annoying and just made a bunch of unnecessary and pointless obligations to a lot of people that like didn't really want to do capping on the citadel and shit like that, but felt like they should.
Wait, wouldn't you want a cool specific bank for just you and your clan members?
I would like to have like a
At most.
customizable room where you can maybe like change the wall colors or some shit and have a bank in there. Or maybe even like a citadel that you just don't have to work for, but nothing that you have to do stupid like chopping shitty trees for an hour every week or whatever.
Well, that's just to upkeep the citadel or the clan avatar. Like you don't do that stuff.
Yeah,
you don't
no,
want the
I
avatar.
wouldn't like avatars either.
Yeah, of course not.
And fire pits sound exactly like bonfires, but hopefully they're not. I don't know. Fire making, I understand people's criticism. I don't mind training it, but it is kind of a awkward and interesting skill, like in terms of concept.
I think the clan system would be cool to have it in a friends chat and have it be in a clan chat. Because I remember playing and being in 2 back when I played RS3 before they ruined it. And I do think fire pits are going to be like bonfires because it's basically almost probably going to be the same thing. You're probably going to throw something in there and it's going to light and then stuff like that. I don't really know. I'm excited for it, whatever it is. AFK fire making. 2K16.
I think the clan system would be fantastic. And going back to what I said earlier about not wanting a skilling cup in 2016, if they do a clan system and they integrate the skilling cup to work with that, so you can see who's in your clan and potentially see who's done what hours so far. If they do that, then I think a skilling cup would be fine. And I think they will have clan system by this year's skilling cup, and hopefully they integrate all the sort of background engine things that track who wins each, so you can see it more easily. Fire pits. When I think of a fire pit and when I think of a bonfire, I had the exact same image in my mind.
Yeah, so did I.
Those two words, not even thinking about RuneScape, they mean the exact same thing to me. So if Matt K said on Reddit that it's nothing like bonfires, they should have picked a different name for the update, because it sounds exactly the same as bonfires. Matt K said it's not. Who knows? We'll see.
It's gonna be. It might not be exactly like bonfires, but I guarantee that's gonna be some AFK ass shit. And also, I'm gonna just call it right now. There will be no clan system coming out this year. I don't give a fuck what they say. It ain't coming. But what I would like to see from it, I don't really have any RS3 knowledge, so I don't really know what they've done with clans in that game. Some things that I am aware of, though, is that they do have like more rankings. I guess I would like to see more ranks in the clan chat to, kind of change up shit. Like, I guess I'm most looking forward to more clan chat ranks. That's really it. Because we need to, like, change our recs again soon, because I think today or tomorrow, top 500 EHP is going to be over 2,000. At some point, we're going to be at a point to where someone could have the EHP for max, and not be able to be a recruit. Whenever that time comes, we'll need to be some changes with it. Having more ranks, possible ranks, would make it a lot easier process.
My opinion on raid bosses seems almost like dungeoneering, but I think dungeoneering is probably one of the best skills that ever came into RS, even though it wasn't like an old school type of skill, but they made it very well. As far as the fire making method, it sounds exactly like bonfires, and after seeing Soulsplan being released, I think it will be bonfires. Maybe like you can only burn like 5 logs in a row, and then you just gotta re-click on the fucking pit or some shit. That would have like, oh, it's not like bonfires.
Yeah.
As far as the clan system, I think one of the reasons I'm actually in the clan on RS3 isn't to actually like talk to the people in the clan, which sounds kind of douchey, but I have enough places to talk. I'm in it because like on the clan high score page, you can track your clan XP gained and like see other people's XP gained, and then it adds up your total XP gained and like when you add up everyone in the clan. So it's kind of just a cool extra tracker if you want to like track yourself compared to your clan. You can see like how much more XP you gain than your clan members and who can hold rank 1 XP gain in your clan or some crap like that. That's like the only reason why I'm in clans and wouldn't mind that on old school.
Yeah, about raiding. You guys think raiding will introduce like higher tier weapons and armor, like tier 80 shit?
Probably.
For rewards, probably. I would see that.
Probably be degradable.
Really?
Should be degradable.
After you complete a raid, you get like some type of points probably to unlock some shit.
I think armor is less of an issue than weapons, really, though. Like Orva and shit like that is something, but then Chaotix is a totally different thing. Changes the game way more than armor does.
For armor to matter, they have to release bosses that like really do damage on you.
Yeah.
Like with RS3, that's like the only reason why you would need new armor is because bosses hit so high. You need that extra defense gear.
Next would be interesting on this game without a pack yak.
It would be. Minus a life point boost, hopefully.
All right.
Next question.
What?
The next
Say
question.
Next question. Oh, I thought you said you had a question. All right. So yeah, we're taking a look at what RS be going over the next year. What are you trying to do this year? You know, like what are your goals for 20?
Gonna farm souls.
That's it?
All you.
Hopefully finish off max, not get clean at the arena, achievement diary cape, and fire cape. Yes, I still don't have a fire cape. Have yet to attempt on 07.
I'd like to get like 185 mil prayer. Whatever it is, to the point to where Slayer finishes off the rest. And like 181 mil smithing. I know that's not going to take me the full year, but I can't really think of anything else at this point in time that I'd like to do aside from that.
You can do agility while you wait for your bones to buy.
Nah.
Oh, I forgot to add in there. I forgot to add in there 400 mil smith XP. Forgot to add that in there.
My goals are, I guess, to finish maxing, which I'm like a few days away from, I guess. I don't really have any XP goals. Maybe by the end of the year, potentially 30 mil base. I'll keep that in mind, but besides that, just continue taking the chance of getting cheap viable XP when it's a good opportunity. That's it.
I've said this before. I don't really set like arbitrary goals, so I don't know what to tell you. Probably get 2 bill. About all. I don't know.
My only goal right now is 20 mil lost skills, and I'll be done with that within like a month probably if I keep doing it, which I probably will. After that, I don't really have any plans yet, so I'll figure it out when I get there. I guess my only goal is
26
to...
mil all, max twice.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was considering maybe continuing to go for like stats, but I don't know if I want to or not. I kind of want to get a 200 mil at some point because I still have never actually done that before, and I feel like it'd be a nice thing to do. So I might decide to go for a 200 mil, but I don't know. I'm more just interested in enjoying myself playing RuneScape, so I'll do whatever I enjoy and put in as many hours as I want to.
All right, so earlier today, they released a dev blog, and dev blog pretty much goes into detail about Zaya, another Jad, and Deadman mode. And I guess a few highlights from that are something in there that they want to do for necromancy. They want to make teleports all around RuneScape and like parts of Zaya to be added in. A spell on necromancy to where you can change wines to wines of Zamorak. A farming outfit from the farming family, whatever that minigame is, to give a 2.5% bonus. The ability to grow grapes, recolored graceful, and a dragon warhammer from of all those things, that the highlights of those, which one of those are you most looking forward to, and what ones do you think you're gonna have the most problems with? Ace.
I think one that I'm looking forward to is, I guess, changing the wines to wine of Zamorak. Then I can do all the herbs and stuff that I have in the bank. And the ones that I'm gonna probably have the most problem with is probably I don't know. Haven't really read much of any of it though. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't actually completely read the dev blog, but I've heard the basic points. None of it sounds really bad. Some of it sounds like it probably would be kind of useless, but none of it sounds actually bad. A lot of the necromancy teleports seem kind of pointless, but a couple of them might be useful. Necromancy spellbook definitely needs more to be like justified as its being its own spellbook, because right now it's like a little bit limited, and good that they're going to be adding more to it.
Very limited.
Yeah. Wines to Wine of Zamorak, I guess makes sense. They just have to balance it cost-wise so that they don't become extremely cheap. Farming outfit, I think farming is not really the best skill if they're going to do an XP outfit, but it does make sense as a reward from tithes, so I guess fair enough. But I mean, 5 mil farming XP saved to 200 mil is kind of like 3 hours if you do tree runs, so kind of dumb. Growing grapes probably won't be worth doing because they're already worth shit all because of Zora, but sure, why not? Recolored graceful, I think it looks really ugly, but if people like it, then they can... I don't really care. Doesn't affect anything, so if people like it, then go for it. Dragon Warhammer, don't remember exactly what the spec does, but sure.
It's essentially like a BGS, but you can do it times.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
35%.
Didn't it
Like
lower
a
defense and
Stadius
stuff?
Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
The Stadius Warhammer, then that's what it does.
So would
Just
it
a
be
dragon
better than a
version.
BGS?
Yes, I think.
Probably,
because
yeah.
you get-
Stadius Warhammer is
Oh,
an OP
well.
as fuck.
I don't know if you can kill a BGS anymore in terms of use, but who cares? It's like 4 mil.
I think necromancy kind of needs to be completely scrapped. It's, to my understanding, in the current spell book, it's a whole bunch of spells that do the exact same thing. It depends on what monster you're like reviving. Necromancy would be much better if it was a one spell thing added on to all spell books, Lunar, Ancient, and Standard, and just made it like, give it like a base of like level 80 or something like that. I don't fucking know what level you want to make it. Make it available on all spell books as opposed to making it a spell book of itself. It's terrible.
You have
Yeah,
to
the
do
fact
it
that it's its own
fucking
spellbook right
altar,
now is kind of
too.
weird.
Yeah, going to an altar, that's a whole nother story. But it should not be limited. Like, That spellbook is horrible. The farming outfit, I mean, it's probably the most useless outfit that they could possibly do because of how little it actually will end up doing. It may look cool. Yeah, as he said, it'll save you 5 hours of 200 mil. So like you save 5 hours and 50 mil, or even less if you do.
Yeah, tree runs are like 1.3 to 1.5 mil an hour while you're doing.
I don't really think that it'll even
Hardly
be
know a
worth
thing out of the
getting.
bank.
We just gotta hope that it looks good. That'll be the only draw for it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't hate or love the graceful, and yeah, kind of my thoughts.
I haven't really looked too much into necromancy. Definitely think it needs, from what I have seen, it definitely needs like just something useful on it. Like everything on it, like Randy said, kind of seems like the same thing. Plus, you have to go to the dark altar to even cast it, which I think is so stupid. So yeah, they definitely need an update on that. Wouldn't be exactly looking forward to it though, because I probably wouldn't use it either way. I wouldn't mind the wines to wines to Zamorak. I think that's a really good idea. I'm all for making Herblore a little bit cheaper. And the farming outfit, I mean, I guess it would look cool, but like they said, 2.5%, not a real big boost at all.
One thing that I'm not gonna like is having to switch into the fucking thing every time I'd go on a farm run.
Yeah, because if you do a farm run, like when you wake up in the morning, your inventory's pretty full. Like there's no room to have an extra set of clothes. So you would have to equip that shit on when you first go out to your farm run. So ugly. And yeah.
Some of the colors are too bright. If it darkened them a little bit, it'd be better.
I think Aubrey made a good point
I don't really see
pre-pod.
what's the link between Graceful and Zaya houses?
There
Like,
isn't
where-
any. People have been looking for an excuse to get recolored Graceful in since Graceful came into the game. I think Aubrey made a good point pre-podcast saying like he wears it for the purpose of fucking like its usefulness, not because it's shit, or I'm sorry, not to look good, but for its actual use. I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What? What?
I guess I did a shit. Aubrey, go ahead and say what the fuck you said pre-podcast. I guess I suck at paraphrasing.
Yeah,
What?
I think I DC'd or something.
Was there a
Like, people
glitch in the Matrix? What the fuck? Where am I?
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude.
Yeah, I think
Dude.
all of us just DC'd a
Team
little
speak, and
bit.
they were talking about something totally different there.
dude, no. He said
There was a rift in a parallel universe. And you guys heard a different.
Nah, man.
conversation.
He said something that was good. Like he doesn't wear it for the fucking fashion scape of it. He wears it for like the use of it. He doesn't give a damn about.
Before the podcast, I was saying like.
See,
it's
fuck you
kinda
guys. I
silly
told you he
to-
said something.
Did you hear
Dude,
my?
like the way.
Did anybody
you
hear
get-
what I was saying
alright.
about Graceful?
Yeah, like there's no
Yeah,
connection.
Yeah, it has no
on
relevance.
Okay. Anyway, did the stream hear that? Did Randy, you hear that?
No.
I heard it.
Okay, I'll start
Zaya.
over. My response to the question was, I don't see the connection between Graceful and Zaya. There's not even a rooftop course on Zaya, so I don't see how they make that connection between recoloring your Graceful kit, which is an agility reward, and being aligned with a specific house on Zaya. So I think they should do recolor Graceful in a different way. But at the end of the day, I don't really care because it's cosmetic.
The only connection that they made in the dev blog was that the colors would be from the house colors of Zaya.
Yeah, I know.
Like that would be.
I know.
Oh, I mean, well, you said there was no connection, motherfucker.
Yeah, there's no connection.
There's a little connection.
Never mind. Wines to Zamrock. If you have any range potions, I would recommend selling them right now, because they're gonna go down. You know how many motherfuckers have 1 million wines in their bank from doing cooking? there's a lot of people with wines, like hundreds of thousands of wines in their bank, ready for this shit. Hopefully they know that and they balance it to use a lot of fucking runes. Hopefully nature runes. Hopefully not soul runes. Hopefully not soul runes.
Soul.
Yes,
But definitely,
Oh my god.
it will use
Could you
soul runes
imagine?
because it's on the necromancy spellbook. And the necromancy
It needs to
spellbook.
use a
Bloody-
healthy amount of nats as well.
Yeah, it needs to use nats and souls. If they don't use nats, I'm gonna be really mad if it doesn't use nature runes. Like really mad.
Yeah. Not all the spells in that book use soul runes though. The lower level ones don't.
That's true.
I have no faith in the Jagex team, so.
And
I don't think it'll be balanced whatsoever. I think it'll be overpowered as fuck. I don't really think they
Yeah.
have any understanding of what kind of impact it will have when it's done.
the farming outfit, I don't understand the point. I used to think, I mean, I was in the impression that all the 2.5% XP boosting outfits were for gathering skills that were like relatively slow. So I don't know why you would add that for a skill as 1 mil XP per hour. I think they're just trying to make the mini game worth doing, and I don't think they need to do that.
I
I
agree.
think there's better ways to make it worth doing than adding some stupid outfit.
Fishing trawler part 2.
It wouldn't be worth it to get, but yeah. That's about it. Dragon Warhammer shouldn't be overpowered, so I don't really care.
I think the current spellbook obviously is fucking absolute shit. It looks like they're adding a lot to it, but I still don't. I feel like it's just gonna be fucking teleport spellbook only. I would hope that they could like release like a new method where you can train magic or some shit rather than just being blood barrage and whatnot. Maybe have a new spell that's like decent to work with bloods and soul runes or something.
Like a
Or
damage
like
spell.
barrage, but maybe different. But I don't know, just something in general, just that would use the runes up at least and be like good XP where people would actually train it like that.
Yeah,
But
it
they
needs
could've done
to
so
it
much
needs
with
to
the
have
spell book.
it needs to have a draw to want to. Is lacking that.
As far as wines, that's going to be really fucking OP. Wines will probably become really cheap though, but I'm pretty amazed by that because that's a lot of wines coming to the game probably. Farming outfit just seems fucking pointless if you have to spend a lot of time getting it at least, so I'm not even going to bother getting it myself probably. Growing grapes, fucking useless. They're like 10 GP each, who even cares? Recolored, graceful. I mean, it just seems pointless, but okay, if that's what people want, then it's whatever. I thought when they first made ults, they said like they're not going to be doing so many cosmetic updates and they're not going to make you confused on what people are wearing, but it looks like it's slowly happening already. Because like that was one of the issues with RS3 was like people had no idea what people were wearing because of overrides and you can hide your armor and shit like that too, and just like brand new items coming into the game so quickly. This might even confuse people that are just starting out. Dragon Warhammer seems like it'll be useful for PVM, I think, if it's going to work like the Stadius Warhammer. Lowers like the defense and stuff like that, so we'll see. But it seems good. That's it.
All right. Also in the dev blog, it mentioned Dragon Claws being a drop only on Dead Man mode, and some PvP armor in Dead Man, Zuriel's, Morrigan's, and Stadius, which will also be in Dead Man. You know, we've already talked about it being dead before. Do you guys think this is a desperate attempt to try to revitalize Dead Man mode, or do you think it's a well thought out idea?
I'm gonna have to go along with just stop trying to fix Dead Man mode. It didn't work out to start. There's no point in trying to revive it. It's just dead content. Just let it go. You tried, you failed, move on. Back to one game mode.
No, I don't really think that it's a good solution. It will draw, it's another type of thing that will just draw like a little bit of attention and then we'll be like, cool. The RS, like RS after I die and get cleaned or lose all my shit or whatever.
I think people are going to go and get the armor, lose it to a clan, then quit again, and then go on the regular RuneScape, be like, oh, I want this on the regular RuneScape, by the way. So It's gonna be like it's gonna
Hey,
come into the main game if it comes
it
into that one.
it really might start a slippery slope with that. You're right.
It definitely will. People will wear it and be like, holy shit, it's so good, and then they can't get it on the main game, so they'll just be like, oh, let us have it now. I don't really care if it comes to the main game. It's not a big deal to me. It's all
I
TKing
think it's a
and shit,
really desperate attempt to try to revitalize it. As Ace said, it was never set up in a way to where it was going to be popular long term, and it's just a desperate attempt to try to revitalize it. It'll be like, oh, D-Claws, and then you not give a shit about D-Claws a month later. Could start a slippery slope. Although I will also point out 2 years ago when Nightmare Zone came out, we did think the same thing with overloads. That's still not in the. I don't know.
I think it'll be different with the declaws because you get to use them on other people. It's not just go into a minigame and AFK while you do some combats. It's like once people start interacting with Dragon Claws and everything, I think they will want them in the main game. So that's why I'm gonna encourage people to like vote no, assuming they pull this.
Declaws
Yeah.
in the aspect of decaying. You freeze on ancients, you declaw spec twice, dead.
Hey, I if it does get voted into Deadman mode, which I believe it absolutely will, I think that if it does ever end up getting pulled, it would be something like the D-Claws, you'd have to get it somewhere through Zaya, like it's then going to be desperate attempts.
Then it'd be so confusing because you'd be getting them a different way on the main game than on Deadman.
You're right. But I just believe there's like using D-Claws in Deadman mode is a desperate attempt to revitalize that game mode. I think that they may start, if that goes through, they may consider D-Claws coming into the actual game and put it on Zaya as a desperate attempt to revitalize that shit. I don't know. Alright. Moving on. Also in the dev blog, they just called it a JAD 2, so I guess what we're going to refer to it as. But JAD 2 would have 3 different capes. They would all be best in slot for mage, range, and melee. I guess the biggest thing is the melee one is that seems to be the one that gives the biggest boost. It gives you a +3 slash and +4 strength over the current fire cape. They claim it'll be much harder than what Zora was. What?
Are you gonna be able to add +4 strength? That's like +8 strength cape.
Yeah,
No,
it'll be +8 strength.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sure.
a +8 strength, +4
So it's
slash.
like imbuing your ring sort of thing.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, imbuing your fire cape, really. They said it'll be much harder than Zora. What are your guys' thoughts?
Me and Randy are fucked then.
What are your guys' thoughts?
I think it's I mean, I don't really do combat, but I don't think it'd be like a game-breaking update to where it like would ruin anything. I mean, if it's like imbued rings, those seem like a good update. I mean, I don't really think there's a need to hit higher, but I know like
That's all it
an
is.
upgrade. Do what?
You're right. That's all it is just to hit higher.
Yeah, like I don't think there's a need for it, but I do like the fact that they want to do something more with Jad because getting the best cape in the game for beating the Jad there is now is like ridiculously easy. If you can't get a fire cape right now, then sorry, but it's just really easy. And if it is harder than Zora, then I wouldn't have a problem with it.
They used to before Zora came out. I remember John was bragging. He was like, "Oh, no one in the office can kill Zora. It's so difficult. It's that hard." And it's for most people, it is pretty easy to do. It's I really
Well, not
don't
the
think.
first time they do it, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
oh, the first time you do it, you'll die. But
imagine if this thing takes like roughly like 40 minutes or so, like Jad does, and you're not gonna get it the first time most likely. So you have to put a significant amount of time into it, hopefully.
I don't think it could be that hard. Like people are getting it the first day. It's there's just no way it's going to be that impossible. No, they don't play the game enough to where something could be deemed challenging for a normal player. It doesn't really seem like it's a needed update either. This is kind of similar to the Dragon Defender update. People just want to hit higher, and it's a small update that will, act to be like, oh, hey, here's more new content. Not really needed, but is what it is. One thing that I will point out is that I think it's interesting that they have 3 different capes of the mage, range, and melee. That's kind of cool. What also one point here, they didn't mention that you could use your max cape with these other capes. Do you think that that'll be a possibility in the future, or?
Yeah, I think they would do that.
Yeah, for sure.
So waiting on that Artie Cloak one though.
Didn't they say they're releasing Comp Cape in the future? I bet that cape's gonna be like every fucking cape put together.
They said they'd consider it after Zaya, so hopefully this year, maybe. I'll keep annoying them about it probably.
Thing they'll consider it after Zaya is
my-
a no. That's a very polite way of saying no.
Yeah, so we'll see.
My opinion on this is it isn't really a needed update, no, but these are the type of updates that like don't ruin the game and it keeps people continuing like to play because maybe they get excited for it or some shit. Because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of streams that day like taking on Jad 2, all kinds of streams with lots of views probably. So it is good, I guess, but I mean it's not needed as far as we see it. But I mean it's like
It's not
an
needed,
update
but
that's
it's not
really hurt
bad.
the game in any way. So it's okay. Like I'm okay with these type of updates for sure.
Yeah, I actually really like
Because
this.
people have something to do.
I really like this. The only problem I have is the strength bonus fire cape. I don't think that's needed because when you think about it, the best in slot ranged cloak comes from a quest that requires like level 20 ranged. Like that's stupid. And even the cloak for the magic comes from a mini game that requires like 60 magic, and it's really easy mini game. So I think the range and the mage cape are really good ideas because the best in slot mage and range capes are ridiculously easy considering they're the best in slot even at 99. I don't think they need the new strength bonus fire cape from this though.
Really? So you think it should just be for magic and range?
I think it should just be for magic and range, yeah.
They could
That
make the fire
adding
cape
it,
as,
adding
like,
in the melee
an already
aspect is
cloak effect as
going to
well.
be the biggest draw for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Trance makes a good point about that, but I do think that if they had a melee cape included, it would just draw more attention in general because melee is always going to be the most favored combat style in old school anyways. Overall, I
Well,
think
yeah,
it's a
because
good
they keep adding
idea.
fucking melee shit.
Yeah,
They could stop
that's
doing
true.
that with this.
Blowpipe is a big, like, brings it back, but blowpipe's really expensive. But anyways, I think it's a pretty good update. It's not like overpowered and it brings some new content to the game and a new challenge for people to do. So overall, I think it's good. The only thing that would make me vote no is if they make the mage and range capes the same exact thing as a fire cape, just blue and green, because that would just be fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what they make these capes look like. Because they do have a bunch of those recolored ones back from like 2013, 2014. Beach fucked around with them before.
Just looks so bad. Like fire, it's supposed to look like lava, and you can't just make it green. Then it's green lava. And
Maybe
it
like
looks
an
like shit.
ice-looking cape or some shit.
Yeah, they should make
I
like
think they have to
different.
make it somewhat relative to like the way a fire cape looks. Because like they're kind of like a set, like 3 different capes, but they all kind of are the same thing.
In the dev blog, based on the precision of language, didn't really imply that you'd be able to choose what cape you got. It just said that you'd be rewarded with one of the three.
Yeah,
You can
you'd be
get
able to
multiple, that'll be so
choose. You'd be
annoying.
able to choose.
I imagine you would. Lacking
They could fuck us
clarity.
over and just make us have to do it 10 times for the melee one.
Oh
That
my
would be
god.
so stupid. I don't think they would do that.
But it is lacking clarity. Alright. Now, the Zaya part.
Let's go.
Yes.
Hype.
This shit's about to get fun.
This is
Lit as
about to get
fuck, boy.
insane.
Alright. Before we get too in-depth with Zaya, summarize Zaya in one word.
Dan's game.
Oh my god.
Alright. Inefficient.
The right word. Rushed.
Rune crafting.
AFK.
Yikes.
Alright. So, let's dive right into souls. Let's get into it. What are your guys' overall thoughts on soul runes as they are? If you like or dislike them, explain what you would do to change the way they are or to keep it the way it is. And, in terms of the AFK part, they mentioned it would be high effort, but you spend more time AFK than you do actually playing. Just elaborate on your thoughts and feelings and everything related to. I guess this also
Let it
covers
all
bloods, but you know
out.
what I mean.
I have been waiting for this question for at least 4 days now to be answered on the podcast. So my thoughts. Here we go. 1, I'm very disappointed that I didn't get to finish 99 rune crafting before Soul Runes came out. Or AFK Soul Span came out. Also, they have just basically made this update to help out the PVMers that are too lazy to train the skill of rune crafting running around. They gave them an opportunity to AFK for hours and hours to get a skill that is done by skillers and now can be done by PVMers. Since most PVMers don't usually train the skill of rune crafting. Also, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Go ahead. If you still have more to say.
I have a lot more to say.
Keep going.
Keep
Keep
going.
going. Keep it going. Hey, this
I've
motherfucker's
been,
got a list.
Doing this for a while now, unfortunately, and it's just way too AFK because there's a point where when I first started this off, it was like, what am I gonna do for 2.5 minutes while I'm still standing here? I had to start playing an alt because it was too AFK, and there's no effort to click at all. And what they should do is make or make it where it's like you can only AFK for 30 seconds and then you have to run to the other one and then you have to run back to the other one and then make it where they put it back to the XP that it currently was where the XP gain is back is like 124 and stuff like that. I mean personally because if I'm on the top of rune crafting on CML right now, there's definitely something's wrong. There's definitely something wrong if I'm on the top for rune crafting week and day. And I have screenshots on both. So I mean it definitely needs to be updated because I personally couldn't do lavas efficiently. I'm getting more XP doing soul runes than I was doing lavas at a consistent 6-hour time frame. So yeah. I'm done now. Have fun. Aubrey, all you.
Alright, yeah, Reddit had a lot of fun thinking that I was the only person who disliked it or something. I don't really want to get into the topic about like all the Reddit shit. I really don't care about people like saying Saltbury. It doesn't really do much to me. I think that it would have been a good update if it actually was high effort. And I think that there's easy ways that they can make it fit into the bracket of high effort. So I've had suggestions for that. I think the best idea I've come up with so far is to make the rocks individual, so that you mine essence just like you mine quarry, except you don't have to drop. I think that would qualify as high effort, so I think that would be a good solution. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, right. Okay, so unfortunately I saved RC for last because I thought this was going to be a decent method, but it turns out to be really AFK. I already feel like devalued as far as getting 99 RC. Like, I was ready for this. I thought it was going to be high intense, and then it turns out it's fucking really AFK, so it sucks that I'm going to be finishing maxing with this crap. At this point, I would just settle for them just to make it like normal rune crafting. It's more effort than this crap at this point, as far as an easy way to fix it. Other ways to fix it would probably be, yeah, to make like each individual rock you can click on or something, make it at least a little less AFK, put some effort into it. As far as skills becoming like this, like even if this was slower XP than nature runes, I think a lot of people would still do this method just because it requires very little effort. And that's somewhat the path that RS3 took. They made something maybe even a little bit slower, but they made it a lot more AFK, which makes it so much more bearable for so many people. And it just overall ruins the skill because now every casual person can do it, and everyone that puts no effort into it can easily achieve 99 now. It just takes a bit of time. So it really just ruined the skill, in my opinion. Pretty shitty. Like watching RS3 all over again, but I don't know. I think they need to change it at one point, but if they wait too long, then people will just start saying it's too late to change it or some shit. Hopefully the next week they might change it.
Is it the most AFK skill in the game now with that?
No.
Yeah, it's the most AFK
No.
thing besides Nightmare Zone.
It's one of the most AFK things as far as getting one-to-one
That's
EHP
reasonably
goes.
efficient.
Well, above EHP.
Huh?
Like when Ivy came out on RS3, like everyone started doing woodcutting because it's no effort. Even though it was slower than Teaks technically, everyone did Ivy just because it was easy. That's like what ruins skills in ours, is when you can easily do it and it requires no effort. Even if it's slower, it will still kill the skill just because everyone does it now.
I've not done any rune crafting. I know a lot of people are upset about. I'm not mad about it. Like, I know that it's been heavily devalued. I'm sitting here. After I finish all buyables, I'm trying to like play Xbox on the side while doing shit in RuneScape. Rune crafting had never crossed my mind as being something I would possibly do. This change, maybe I might. But it has made it a lot more bearable for people who just aren't like us. And
Randy loves this on the down low.
I really like. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm just really not mad about it whatsoever. And it went from being a skill I would never consider doing to, yeah, I might. Someone made a good point in TeamSpeak a couple days ago, and they said that they think that, yeah, this update really devalues rune crafting. It really devalues top 1% nerds achievements and everything like that, but that they believe it is better for the longevity of the game, giving, like, this game isn't made for people to play it as much as we do it and how we do it. It's meant for a casual person to come on and have fun doing it. This is exactly who that update is geared for, and that it's better for the longevity of the game.
The fucking dev blog said high effort.
I agree. Yeah, yes, it said high effort. It is not what we voted for.
Yeah, that like I don't understand why people are mad. People are mad that we want it to be high effort. You voted for a high effort, and you're mad when you don't, and you're happy when you don't get what you voted for. I don't understand that. Like,
yeah, I mean that's a decent point that you brought up, Randy. My counter argument would be that people who don't like RC don't need to train it. I mean, there's no benefit other than money, and if you want an RC for money, you're not going to do souls anyway. So, if you don't enjoy runecrafting, just don't do it. You need, what is it, 77 or 78 to do bloods, and that's the same requirement as you need to do Fremi elite for the only thing that affects PVM as far as RC, so just don't do it if you don't like it and leave it for the people who do have it how they want it. That's my thought.
Wait, I want to say one thing. As far as natures and astrals maybe going back up because no one's going to make them, that can go both ways because now an average player can get 91 runecrafting with no problem. And then they might start doing double nats because that's like amazing money profit per hour for them.
Yeah, and then nats will go
So
back to 200.
it goes both ways, honestly. Yeah,
And then people will
it
cry,
goes
oh,
both
I got
ways.
91 rune crafting, but the nature prices are shit, and it's half value now.
I agree mostly with what everybody says. They definitely did not give us what we voted for. I definitely think that it's way too AFK, but as long as it's in the game, I'm not going for 200 mil all, so I don't really take on the aspect of the whole efficiency, the 200 mil all thing. So if they leave it this AFK, I'm gonna do it for a while. I'm just gonna farm EHP. Sounds cringe. I really don't care.
Get that bronze star.
Yeah, I mean, just going for the ranks. But do I think it should be changed? Absolutely. I don't know about clicking every single rock, like Aubrey said, but like changeable veins, kind of like Motherlode Mine, but honestly, I'd want them to change more than Motherlode Mine does. Like, you could sit there on one vein for a while, or it could be one ore. I'd like it to be a set number. Like,
Wait, I
maybe
hate
like,
RNG shit like that. It's irritating.
yeah,
It can last
'cause-
the whole inventory just one rock. It's like, fuck this.
well, if there's a possibility of it lasting a whole inventory, then that still leaves some AFK aspect to it. So, like, Tears of Guthix, kind of like that, where, like, I don't know, how it changes every, I don't know, like 20 seconds or something, or less than that. How confident am I a change will be made? I'm confident a change will be made. I'm not confident the right change will be made. And at the end of the day, you can't please everybody, so somebody's going to be bitching about something.
All right. Aubrey, you mentioned your people calling you Saltberry, and there are people changing their names and other things like that. Between like the Saltberry stuff, did you see that picture of you? Someone made it Tears of Guthix, but they were your tears. Did you see
Yeah,
that
I
picture?
saw it.
That's a good name.
What has been your favorite like hate that you've gotten so far for your vocal dislike in the soul rune crafting?
Top three.
Yeah,
Um,
top three. Give us some of your best.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I mean, props to the guy who's clever anyways. Some of the other ones were far less clever. I mean, I don't know. I don't actually remember particular things that people have said to me as far as just like straight hate because it's really not memorable. There was one thing that I thought was really funny that I think was earlier today. Somebody said on Reddit that lava runes are more AFK with AHK than soul runes are. And I thought that was pretty good.
What?
Somebody actually legitimately said that.
Me and Ace both can confirm.
That's someone that doesn't
bullshit.
even use mouse keys, probably.
He
Yeah,
doesn't even. He probably thinks there's a lava altar.
I bet
Yeah, I
he
mean,
does think
people
there's a
don't
lot of it.
understand what AHK is, and they just think that you can like press some keys on your keyboard and everything happens.
Yeah, I mean, pardon.
I couldn't stop laughing when I saw the Tears of Aubrey.
Oh, dude, that's brutal.
I thought that was
I mean,
pretty good.
There are a lot of people that dislike how they went about doing the soul rune crafting, and I was like chosen as the primary target by Reddit, assuming like I was the only one that thought that. And there are people with more extreme opinions than mine. I mean, yes, I don't approve of it, but if you really care about what I actually think, then there's a post on Reddit that I made that has like a fuck ton of comments, and I think it's overall more upvoted than downvoted, so you can probably. I'm not quite as like one-sided as Reddit memes make.
You were a hot topic at World 361 Soul Runes. Just
I
to
was.
say.
Free
You were.
advertisement is always a good thing, so
Yeah.
thank you, Reddit.
Hey, there's
I do
no such
appreciate
thing
it.
as bad publicity.
Damn right.
Have you guys seen any of people who want soul runes to stay the way that they are? Have you seen any good arguments for keeping it the way it is?
No.
No.
Nope.
The
You
most
can't
common
make a good
argument
argument.
is they're just disputing the fact that it was supposed to be high effort, and it's just a fucking stupid argument. They said a high effort approach to runecrafting. Obviously that means high effort. Obviously it's not high effort. Like, people just keep trying to, like, argue over wording, and it's so ridiculous. No, you're wrong. About
remember
that.
Ash on
Emily's
Twitter.
probably made more off Twitch than you have from working.
I was about to say, she lives off Twitch. There's no way she has bad publicity.
On Twitter, Ash.
Now, if 12-year-olds didn't exist, she'd have no money then, yeah.
I think it was either me or Aubrey was tweeting at Ash about the high effort thing, and Ash replied and said, "Well, it takes quite a bit of effort to chisel the rock. What? It takes 2 seconds. Is he serious? Has he
That
clicked
impression,
on the
though.
fucking S mine and went to go take a shit and come back and he's still there yet? I don't think he has.
Have you?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, I'm sorry, I love Ash, but goddamn, like, really? Really?
I was able to cook a 3-course meal the other day.
Three-course- who the fuck you
Done
cooking a
Wobblers,
3-course
that's why
meal
He doesn't
for?
like understand it.
Myself,
Ace,
I'm a fat ass.
3-course meal, Ace making hot pockets and
Hot Pockets, pizza rolls, and fucking ice cream.
Hey, I did not say what the 3 courses were, okay? I just saying, that's how AFK is.
so this is like Ace every day at like 2 o'clock. Oh, pizza rolls are ready.
Yo, pizza rolls are amazing. I haven't had food in like 4 days.
Oh, gotta go to store. Ran out of pizza rolls.
I haven't been to eating pizza rolls in like a few days. I'll probably eat that tomorrow just for you.
Alright. But okay, alright. We've been giving Zay a lot of hate here. Let's try and give it some constructive
more.
criticism here. You know, like, from what we've seen so far, what do you think can be done to improve Zaya, make it more attractive? You know, like, this blast mining is a flop, the farming minigame is a flop, the anglerfish is a flop, the armor from that one house is a flop, the
Cool.
soul rune crafting isn't what they said it would be. What do you think can be done? Just make it
actually
overall
watched-
better.
I was watching Marsar do blast mining. I gotta admit, that actually looks really fun to do blast mining, but it's so unrewarding. It's worse. It's about the same rate as Mother of the Line, but you make slightly less money and it's a lot more effort. I think I wouldn't even be mad if they made blast mining like 65k XP per hour with like 200k profit, because it still would be worse than Granite. Efficiency wise, I think it's a fair rate.
You think people would still do that if it was 200k profit an hour?
If it was 65k, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Farming mini game. I actually think I haven't been there. Has anybody been there? Can someone tell me how many people are doing it? Because I've seen pictures of people getting 100k plus XP per hour. I actually think that's enough XP per hour for the casual player to actually do the mini game to train farming. Has anybody been there and seen how many people are there?
Haven't-
Well, someone in
Nope.
the chat because you should tell me. Anglerfish. Only problem I have with anglerfish is that we didn't vote on it, and it's best in slot food. In many circumstances. So I don't know what the deal with that is. People, I know PKers are complaining about. Going
And
above.
it heals above your max health.
Yes, yeah. The armor, actually, the Lizard Man boss that they're doing for the Dragon Warhammer, you're wearing the armor from Shazian helps you defeat the boss, which I think is fantastic.
Okay. Oh, all right.
That's fantastic, because you need favor in Shazian to kill the boss, so it makes perfect sense to wear the armor you get from Shazian to help you beat it. I think that's really good how they're linking that together.
I didn't know about that. That's actually a good concept then.
I think for the basically what Trance said for blast mining would probably work, and the farming minigame, don't really know much about that. And the anglerfish, the XP should probably just be boosted a little bit for it, not too much, because it's
What is the
obviously best
current
in slot.
XP per hour from anglerfish? I was told that it's less money and less XP than monkfish. It's pretty much like Zora scale fishing 2.0.
Yeah, that's
Your
basically
shit.
what I've heard. I really don't know. Alkan, all you.
My bad. I was AHKing my mining and my crafting. I haven't heard of the rates of fishing yet. All I know is Dark Crab beats it hands down 100%. And I feel like they're scared sometimes to do updates like this just because they don't know how much bitching they're gonna get. I don't know why they don't like ask other players like, do you think this is fair before they actually put the update in. I haven't seen what the fishing is like, if it's AFK like crazy or not. But I wouldn't be scared to say it's like at least 40k fishing an hour maybe, and decent profit. That's like okay with me. As far as mining, I haven't even watched anything with mining. What are the rates with mining? Is it like 50k?
I saw some pictures
Roughly.
of like 56k XP with like 300k profit, something like that.
I think Schnoz did like a 56k XP.
I mean, maybe
hour
more is
there.
possible. It's a new minigame, and it looks like there's probably some room for improvement. So I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we should wait a week to see if somebody like perfects the method. But
Yeah. That doesn't seem too bad then, but I mean, load is just really relaxing, and it's like 50 almost K an hour
load's like
anyway, so-
52k.
There just wasn't
Yeah.
a need for blast mining.
Yeah, I mean, I said this last podcast. It doesn't really fill a niche. But
If we didn't have a load, that would be a perfect method, but we already do.
Yeah.
What else is there? Oh, the farming minigame. I'm a bit salty about farming because I fucking do herb runs and all that crap, but I'm perfectly fine if people want to actually farming and get like, I think 100k an hour is a bit much, but I think like 80k, 70k around there is okay. Because 100k means people will just start
I
playing
hear
like
it's clicking
1.3 mil farm days.
I don't really think that 100k is bad. Like, you're getting well over a mil an hour doing tree runs. So if someone wants to go and waste their time for 100k XP
Yeah,
per
but
hour,
not many people do magics. Like it costs quite a bit for the average player to do magics.
yeah. So like, I am.
like-
If they want to get like a tenth of what they could get, I'm okay with that. Like, if it's 100k an
Is
hour,
it
like
an AFK minigame though, or no?
click intensive as fuck.
Oh, then I'm okay with it. If it was AFK, then it would just be like Soul Splay and Volume 2. Everyone has
Oh, it would be
But okay.
fucked if that was the case. Yeah, but very
Alright,
quick.
if it's clicking a lot, then I'm okay with 100k an hour. I thought it was like relatively AFK, like
No.
fucking doing watermelons or something. Yeah, then that's okay. That's all I like to say. The armor is absolute crap though. It's like, what is it, Mithril or Addy or Black or something?
Myth.
I think it's like black tier.
What the
Trance
hell?
mentioned that
It
they were
requires
going to
99
tie in the
smithing?
armor with a boss. That's a good concept to give the armor relevance.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I would say more defense bonus than that, unless the boss doesn't hit that high or something. But that's like really shitty armor that requires 99 smithing to make. Odd. But I don't know, they could have made it like an add-on to like rune armor or something. Makes rune armor a bit better, and then they can fight the boss with that, but I don't know. That's all.
Yeah, if that boss has like hit a lot of damage and you have to wear that shitty armor to kill it, then you're gonna get fucking destroyed and just have to go through a ton of supplies. But I guess maybe that would be a good thing. I don't really know. Last mining, somebody in the chat, I think it was Homeworld, said that somebody got like a 64.8k hour with 400k profit. So if that's the case, then I think that's perfectly balanced the way it is, because it's higher effort than load. I mean, it's like noticeably more XP and similar profit, so I think that's fine.
I don't know if he actually got a 64k, but he does have a 56k with pick.
Yeah, I saw the 56k, so I can't confirm about the 64. But yeah, I think it should be like 60 to 65k an hour, and I'd be fine. I think it may be like 300k profit, but 400k is big of a difference.
Is it as much clicking as Granite, or is it less?
No, it's definitely less, but it's more effort than load.
Would it be like
Um,
AFK in Granite, where you just mine one rock and drop the inventory and stuff like that? Is it like that type of effort?
I mean, it's not like that, but like in terms of like actions per minute, it's probably similar to what you just said.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Alright then.
And farming minigame, I think it needs to have more rewards, and they are pulling that, so that's good. The only reward from it, other than, I think you can buy seeds maybe? I don't remember, but its only unique reward is it's just an unlimited watering can, which is useless with the humidify spell, because like the only time you use a watering can is for either making saplings or planting allotments, and you can just plant nasturtiums and allotments will never die, so You really don't need that, so it definitely needs other rewards to be relevant, I think. As far as XP per hour, I think that it should be like 80k at most. But yeah, I don't really know. I think it does need better rewards to be like constituted as a minigame. I think minigames should have unique rewards that are sort of relevant anyways. Anglerfish seemed like fishing doesn't really need a new thing. We just got the Zora fishing thingy, and we have plenty of good food in the game. I don't really think it was necessary, but it doesn't really make a huge difference overall, I don't think, so much. The armor is just shit. I don't know. If they make it so that it's useful for the boss, then I guess that would sort of make sense. But yeah, it's stupid.
Anglerfish heals over max like HP then, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
it
heal to
does.
like
So-
121.
Brews can
Why
bring
is
you up
that
to
like such a
115.
huge deal?
Because
But
before,
like, don't you always brew first anyways? It's still better to brew than lose an entire food slot when you start a fight, isn't it?
I think you just
I don't
even
get
at
why
the
that's,
bank
like-
and then bring a full in.
Oh, okay. I guess so. But that
Hope that
makes
it
like,
doesn't
the
take you that
biggest
long to find a
difference.
fight. But
I mean,
feel like it's
it
more
wasn't
saving brews
the
at
fish
99.
wasn't
It's not that
pulled
big of a
either.
deal.
You know, in the first like
Yeah, it should have been pulled.
that's another
But
thing.
I don't see it being a huge deal.
Do you think it would have passed had it been pulled?
Yes.
If they said it heals over the HP, then maybe not. That might have been like a worry. They should have
If
made
it didn't,
equivalent
it'd be
to brews,
completely
maybe.
redundant and it probably wouldn't bother, like, wouldn't pass. There's already multiple pieces of food that heal 22.
Someone I saw this before when talking about the farming minigame and giving it better rewards. Someone mentioned something about coming out with like a couple Zaya patches, like tree patches, that you can only use a specific seed on it, and those seeds come from the farming minigame. So like, I guess give Zaya like its own form of like Calquats or whatever you want. Do you think that would be terrible or?
But what about like a reward would be like you spend X amount of points and you get to turn one magic sapling into a magic sapling that can't die.
Ah.
I mean, it wouldn't be like to the point where it's not efficient to do the minigame to save 20 or 25 coconuts.
Would it be
But
tradable
sometimes
then?
it's
That would be
already though.
I think it
like
would be
I don't
tradable
really like
for
that
them.
because you can already protect it with coconuts. I mean,
If coconuts were expensive as fuck, then probably worth it. But they're like so cheap now.
Yeah. I like
I
the
mean-
idea of getting seeds that you can use outside the minigame.
yeah, I thought it was a real good idea when I
I
was
can't
reading
think of
it.
anything
You know,
off the top
making
of my
it
head.
as
I'm sure there's
like
something they could
Zaya
do,
only
though.
patches. I, another question we got in here is kind of referring to the favor. You know, like, what are your guys' views on the way that you get favor in the houses? They claim that it's unnecessary and tedious as fuck, and they want to know if you're okay with the percentage allocation in the houses.
I haven't done every single house. I did Arceus to start, and then I did some Shazian, and I did Hosidius, and I haven't done Novoking or what the Piscarilius. I haven't done those ones at all, so I can't say. Arceus was extremely fast. You can get 100% Arceus within an hour. It's the actual logic of that library. I was talking about this before the stream. Makes no fucking sense. I mean, the architecture of that library is designed to make it so you have to, like, go further. Like, it's not logically designed, and also, like, an actual library in real life made by normal human beings has, like, organization so that people can find books themselves. And a library made by, like, super powerful spiritual beings, you have to help people find excuse me. You have to help people find books, so logically, it's kind of stupid, and that kind of annoyed me because it's supposed to be like a cool lore place, and that's just dumb. but the actual process was not really that bad. I don't know.
Hey. Dagger's logic.
Daisian was fine. I mean, you get 5% with med packs where you just like use things to heal soldiers. Then you kill Lizard Ben and that was fine.
What? What am I missing?
I PM'd them.
Jesus Christ.
Hosidius was terrible. 5% took like at least half an hour. If you just did that, like you have to get to 5% pushing these fucking plows. I think they've made it so you get more favor from it. When I did that shit, it took like half an hour to get fucking 5% pushing this plow back and forth in a field. Obviously not doing jack shit in terms of like actual, like if it was in real life, you don't just push a plow back and forth in the same spot. That was really stupid, and then after that it's just buyable. You just buy saltpeter and compost and pretty fast, but buyable favor is also kind of annoying. So as far like the time it takes to get to 100% is completely unbalanced in different houses, and I don't think it's great in all fronts, but it does have to be sort of grinding. It's not supposed to be like super fun to force people to like you, so thinking in terms of like real life logic and lore shouldn't necessarily be the
I
fun
heard
thing
it
ever.
takes like 8 hours to get the favor from the fishing family.
Yeah, it's fucked
Playing
up.
8
Sound
hours
like-
of grinding or 8 hours of you do something and come back?
Like grinding, you use planks on a crane. I don't know. That's just what I heard.
Anyways, the problem I have with the houses is you lose favor when you get favor with another house. I really don't like that. I mean, there's really only one house for me that I would potentially see doing a little bit of soul room crafting here and there. But like I'm never gonna do Shazian. Like I have no reason to do that. But I still think it's stupid how any player. I think it is possible to get two 100% because you lose half a point with neighboring houses and 1 point with the opposite house. Like we're looking at it as like a square, the one in the opposite corner, you lose 1%. So I think it's possible to get two 100%, but you have to keep going back and forth every time you gain 1% and get another 1% with the other one until you have them both evened out. But even then, you can only get two. I just don't like that. I think you should be able to access all the content and not to be locked behind this favor thing, which could take hours to do.
I think the best you could get would be 100% and 99.5, because as soon as you gain
Yeah.
any favor in
yeah.
the other house, it would bring it back down in the other one.
Well, if you gain 0.5%, would it take away? It might not take away anything from the other one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I might get some hate for this. I think once you reach 100%, you should fucking never have to do it again. And you can go whichever clan you want to after.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think
Retweet.
it's fair.
I think that
Why
you should
can't we
lose
just be a
some.
big family? Fuck RS.
I think you should lose some, but just not as much as you lose now. Like maybe if you gain 100% in another house, you get down to like 75% if you had 100% in a different one instead of down
But,
to
like,
like 0 or
What
whatever it
purpose
is.
does that serve? Like,
Nothing other
more
than
just-
to frustrate you.
It
Yeah,
points
like-
to the lore. Like if they designed it so that all the houses were supposed to be in feud, and it would make no sense if they just removed that mechanic entirely because it's supposed to be that way. It is kind of annoying, but they have to stay true to the lore to a certain extent, I think.
I just think it's
Fucking
unnecessary that you have to get like 100. I feel like once you get 100% in that house, it should just stay like that, and then you can go get 100% and like access all the houses at once if you needed to. Because like you're gonna be one day you're gonna want to train this skill, and then the next day you're gonna have to do like spend the whole day getting favor again, and then you're ending up not gonna be able to train the skill that you want to go train on another house.
I think one thing that it'll really do is restrict people from trying to do the other things. Like Trance said, he's never going to do some of these other ones. Like some people would probably consider doing it if they didn't lose all the favor in a house that they've already got a lot of 100% in. It just,
Yep.
it doesn't seem like people are going to be really willing to want to try things out like that if they know they're going to lose favor.
Let's just
Especially
stay
You
on
should be able
Since
to
the
get like
fa-
maybe
the favor-
3. Get like 3 clans 100%, and then you won't lose any. And the minute you train like the 4th one, you start losing like, a third of everyone.
That makes
I think
sense.
they should
10% off
do-
each or something.
I
Just something
think they
like
should
that.
do a diary for Zaya and have one of the rewards make it so that you have a lower favor penalty, or
Yeah,
you can have
or
multiple
that.
100%
Or
at
what
once.
if you could like save one house at 100% all the time?
Yeah, maybe that would be
That's
fair.
true, or something.
Elite version is you keep all of them unlocked. 100%.
I agree. Preach.
Hard would be like keep fucking 2 or 3 or something, or keep 1 at 100%.
Yeah.
Some shit
You
like that. It's
just
very easy
delete
to
5, what's it called, 4, and just move it down the list, you know?
I just don't see a huge point in it.
Coming
I
out,
mean,
coming
like,
out with it as a diary doesn't. I kind of like the sound of that.
Yeah, like hard you get. I mean, elite you keep all 5 at 100. Hard you keep all 4, and then it just moves down, you know?
all 4.
Well, 4. Come on now.
love diaries. Anything that just sounds weird, it's like, oh, put it in a diary farm. It'll make sense then.
But I don't really see a point in it, honestly. I mean, it's like I understand like sticking to like the plot or whatever, but
No one really
Yeah.
gives a fuck about lore.
yeah, I mean, I don't give a damn about it. I could give a shit less. Plus, I mean, okay, so say I knock that house down to 0. I mean, that means you have to do the whole thing. So, I mean, RKS, like, that was pretty easy, but from what I hear, like, the mining one and the fishing one are, like, those take, like, more than, like, 6 or 7 hours, don't they?
Yeah.
You tell me you want to do that every single time you got to switch over? Is fuck that.
I think it was a horrible way to bring out new content because technically if you spend time in one clan, you don't want to like fuck yourself over and go lose all your percentage. Like the first day should have been where you don't have to do any of this or some crap, just so you can explore every content. But instead they just make you choose one clan and basically just stick with it. Like I haven't done anything besides runecrafting because I don't want to fuck myself over.
All right. What are your guys' thoughts with all of the memes on Zaya? It seems as if it is getting out of hand and obnoxious at this point. Do you think? Don't you think they should just focus more on the content than the memes?
Yeah. I wasn't ready. I don't got anything. Moving on.
You know, like memes are cool when they're on Twitter. It being in game is just kind of cringy as fuck. I think someone had a list
It
of
is.
all of the memes that they put in.
Not even good memes.
There's certain like you've got to be a lot more intelligent than that to where you can think of better dialogue to have or names or anything like that. They're smarter than that. Come on, man.
And the main problem I have with it is that memes are temporal. Like, remember that meme about Ronin's bowl? That is not funny anymore. That meme's dead. It'll never be funny anymore.
Hey, John C. still
Because it's
finds
so-
humor in it.
Exactly. Like, it's not...
Exactly.
But the point is, in a year from now, no one's even gonna know who DJ Khaled is.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Funny.
Whoa, what the fuck? Dude. Dude. No.
Can we exile him to a corner timeout channel?
Yeah, can we?
Jesus
The point is-
Christ.
Everyone gets one fuck up. That was yours.
The point is that
Trance, you ain't gonna ride with us on our journey to success anymore, man.
but like I said, like they will eventually people will forget about all the memes. I don't know what are the other ones? I don't even know. Also, like I really don't care that much. It's only 4 NPCs out of like 100 something. I don't think it's a big deal, but I think they should have used. If they're gonna do memes, they should have done something like Ash, because like everybody remembers Ash, and nobody's gonna remember Ronin's bowl that he had for like 1 week on the Q&A 2 years ago.
They should have, one thing that I think they should have done was like a reach meme. That would have been better than all the crap that they would do. But
And that would
really-
make more sense
Guy Ellie or some
because Zaya
shit.
was like Reach's idea.
Yeah, like they could have given him some kind of shout out or something.
Just an NPC named Dan.
Yeah,
That's all they had to
you
do.
know, like
You think they want to give him a shout out?
And his friend is called Ellie or some shit.
that. Yeah, like you could be greeted by Dan and Ellie, something like
Or just make his NPC have an Ellie. It's not that.
something like that. at least people would understand and would be relevant still in the future. I think that would be better. Like, yeah, Zeo was Reach's idea, and he really has been given no credit for it. Obviously, he didn't design all of it. And I want to also say I think Zeo would have been significantly better had Reach been on the team the whole time.
Yeah, it would have been.
You know,
Yeah, I
like
agree.
they took his blueprint and took it where they wanted. I think he had a lot better plans for what it was going to be.
All I know is
So rude.
Alkan.
So rude.
Yeah, I'm doing the high effort part.
That's the high
High
effort
as fuck.
Click
I'm done now. It only
accepted.
took 5 seconds.
part. 5 seconds high effort, boys.
As far as the memes, yeah, Trance's point about how they're temporal is very true. Memes come into style very quickly and they go out of style very quickly. And I don't think their memes were good, even, to be honest.
They
They're
were
just kind of-
bad quality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were low quality memes. And they're not like traditional to what Jagex usually does. Like Jagex has been putting jokes and quests and stuff for as long as I can remember. But usually they're like verging on dad
Something
jokes
that
and they're just,
requires
like,
some
little
form of
things.
Yeah, dad
intelligence.
jokes.
Yeah, and I don't know. And they usually are a little bit more subtle, like a lot more subtle. Yeah, I don't think they were very good, and it was kind of definitely cringy, but not really the biggest thing to worry about with Zaya, to be honest.
Just one of those little things. Alright, there were several bugs that came with
Hey,
it,
motherfucker.
as expected. But what are your guys' thoughts on some of the bugs that were discovered so quick? You know, like people were getting over 90k RC XP per hour with those books. Apparently, you could one-tick any fish for a period of time. Maybe you still can. And then there's this. We'll assume it's fake, but someone claimed that there was an anglerfish dupe. For the things that we know are real bugs, what have you thought about them so far?
At least they patched the RC book. At least they got that one taken care of. I thought it was kind of weird because I messed around on Zaya when it first came out. I think I was on for like 3.5 hours or something like that, including books and like a little bit of soul runes. I ended up getting like almost 1-to-1 EHP. And I was confused for a second, like, wait a minute, how did I get all that before I had went to bed? I couldn't really put 2 and 2 together on that. And then yeah, I heard about the one tick any fish now. I guess Zaya broke fishing. And to get to the anglerfish dupe, if it was actually real, I'm almost positive it's fake, because why would you, one, post that picture and not sell the food? Because if you were to go to rsbuddy.com and check the cooked fish, there was only 108k sold yesterday. So you would think he would have sold the 2.5 mil already
They were
before posting
raw.
now. They were cooked.
Well, check both.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were cooked.
They were cooked. 100%.
Well-
The guy who made it said he claimed that it could only be done with.
Yeah.
And that's so easy to Photoshop, like seriously.
It
There's a
is.
tiny
It
little
is.
image of just the thing.
Do you know how many people are going to immediately believe? Like, I'm not gonna completely rule it out though.
Oh, the first thing I said was I'll wait until I see the update tomorrow when all the fish were sold or not.
I don't really think there was a big deal with the bugs, like, except the books, like, I don't know how many hours that was available, but if somebody did that for as many hours as the equipment was available, like, they got a significant chunk of RC XP for basically free. I mean, but at this point, it's not like they can do anything about it. But for the one-tick fish, I don't really care. I mean, Karambans are always available to one-tick, and you can get over EHP, then go for it.
Let's see. The books were way too much XP. I'm glad they got patched quickly. I did do 100% favorite before they patched those and got probably like, I think it was like 30 or 40k free RC XP at 99. We're between there, so it did take some time, I guess, but yeah, it would have been a crazy high XP per hour method doing those books. Even so, most of you guys, or some of you guys have probably seen on Reddit the post by Wooks, where you can average long-term like
That's the next
63k
question.
RC.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa!
oh, my bad. But yeah, they're still
Ruining
relevant.
it.
The whole thing about being able to one-tick any fish, is that true?
Did they
Yes,
I've
actually
heard mixed
change
things
the
about it.
interfaces of everything
I
to make it so you
don't
can one?
know, but I know somebody did like a 110k hour of shrimps.
Okay.
One ticking shrimps.
And yeah,
Just
I
to
don't
mess
think the
around.
anglerfish dupe is real. And if it is real, it will completely fuck up everything to do with food in this game because they become cheaper than like sharks, dark crabs, tuna potatoes,
How many was
everything
it?
else
Was
that's
it
good.
2.5 million?
Yeah, 2.5 million.
That's not a huge chunk.
If it was true, though, they'd probably keep doing it as much as they could.
Oh, if they kept doing it, then yeah. But like, it's just that many got duped. Then it's not like I don't know. They'll be consumed pretty quickly.
Yeah, but there's only like 100k being sold a day right now, and it's really bad XP an hour and not as efficient money per hour. And at the price that they are right now, you would think they would.
Well, if you catch them really slow, then it'll just balance out eventually, anyways. Because you eat them a lot faster, then I guess, or you consume them.
I don't think you should have been given experience lamps as a reward for gaining favor. The reward for gaining favor is gaining favor. So I don't know why they did that in the first place, but even when they add that in, I don't know why they didn't say, you know what, let's just do an hour of turning in books, because I'm sure there was a way for them testing it to know where each book was. So they should have said, okay, assuming we know where every book is, let's do an hour and see what kind of rates we get. Because when you have 1,000 fucking people on World 2 doing this, it's going to be really easy to find the book because the book is in the same location for everybody. And so all you gotta do is go to the room. You didn't even need a dedicated group. You can just go to World 2 and do this. And there'll be like flowers on the ground in front of the bookshelf where the book your need is, or there'll be a bunch of people saying here, or even the worst case scenario, you wait like 10 seconds till you see someone run out of the room and you go to the bookcase they were last at. So I'm really surprised that got past QA, but they removed it very quickly. And 190k RC XP an hour isn't really that big of a deal for 5 hours. So
All right. As Aubrey was about to get to, there's a kind of a method with pretty much you get 62k rune crafting XP per hour and 35k hunter per hour. Aubrey, could you kind of explain more about what it is?
I'll see if I can remember. Basically, you use imp boxes, so you go spend a while hunting imps. You then go to the library and you search around the library to find books, and as soon as you find a book, you collect as many as you can, I guess. I think it was either many as you can or it was like a full inventory or something. I think it was just as many as you can. You get like a certain amount of all the books, and you just keep banking them, and you use the imp boxes to bank them. That's the thing that makes it faster to bank them. So you take like 27 imp boxes with you and bank as many books as you can with that. And then once you've got a bunch of books in there, then you start actually using them. So there are 14 total books, so you take 2 of each type in your inventory, drink a stamina dose at the bank, and run over there and just keep going to the people and like helping on them, and until you like run into a point where you can't give them the book, and then you start again. And that process itself is like, I think it said it was like 150k rune crafting an hour, but the total process, including all the different steps, was like 63k RC and 36k hunter. So I commend his creativity in testing all that out, because it's like a method that's only good for the long term because it takes a while to prepare for. But it is really interesting, and I don't really think it's that overpowered, but I don't really care that much. I don't think many people will actually do it, but it's really interesting.
Are those the rates that you would get just cashing in, or all time included?
All the time included.
Fucking hell.
um First of all, those for someone who doesn't use an alt, those rates aren't even efficient because you don't make because Hunter and Mooncrafting both make money, and this method loses money, so it's not
Yeah.
really efficient for someone who doesn't use an alt. But either way, you'd have to do about 500 hours of this before you would get those rates because you're always gonna have books in your bank that you don't use. You have to do hundreds and hundreds of hours before the ratio of books you don't use versus books you've turned in is low enough to get an efficient rate. So it's a very long-term method. I don't think anybody will ever do it. So I don't really care. I mean, they might nerf it, but they should probably fix the way the books are turned in anyways. They should probably make it so you can only get one of each book. That just makes sense anyways.
Make it so you can't bank them. That'd be the best
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah, there's no point for them to be banked anyways.
Do you think it's going to be nerfed?
I wouldn't be surprised if they make it so you can't bank them.
I mean, they shouldn't be bankable anyways.
Yeah,
Even
there's
if
no
this,
need for
even if
them
this
to
wasn't
be.
like OP.
I mean, it's very interesting.
They're probably gonna fix it, to be honest.
I think they will.
If there's ever a better method to catch imps in the future, it definitely it restricts that's a stupid thing to say. If they ever make another item that banks, or if they ever make it easier to catch imps, or if they ever make imp boxes tradable, then this would be something they have to go back and look at. So it's probably better for Jagex to fix it now. That way, if they ever add more imps into the game or something, they wouldn't have to worry about this. Because you have to go all the way to Godwar's dungeon, I believe, to catch the imps. That's the best place to catch imps. If they ever add a better place to catch imps, then this method would actually be a lot faster. Because that's like the biggest hindrance is catching all the imps.
I didn't even know that catching imps gave that much XP per hour. A lot more than what I thought. Alright,
Someone said they're doing it to 99. That's probably not even enough time to make it efficient. You have to do hundreds and hundreds of hours of this before the excess books you'll have that you won't turn in won't matter as much. So I wouldn't do it to 99.
So, giving a lot of hate and a lot of love, but what's your favorite and least favorite thing about Zaya?
Oh god, this question threw me off.
My favorite thing is Soul Span. I get to train runecrafting AFK, unfortunately. And my least favorite thing is Soul Span because it devalues my 99 achievement of runecrafting.
Achievement, right?
Hey, come on now! I wanted to get it.
Put that in
the real
quotes.
way. I wanted to get it through nature/lavas, aka lavas.
This question's throwing me off. Least favorite, the AFK ability of Souls. Favorite, do I have a favorite thing about Zaya? I haven't done blast mining, but it looks alright. I'll go blast mining.
I'm gonna say my favorite thing has been possibly being interested in doing crafting in the future with how AFK runecrafting is. So I'm gonna go with that. Also, another positive is that it's drawing away a lot of players, you know, from Black Chin players and people who are doing Slayer. It's good for those who aren't even going to Zaya, you know, just drawing people away. And least favorite part, just how useless so many of the houses are. But yeah.
I don't want to say it, but I think my favorite right now, just because it's my last skill, is probably the Soul Span. But I have mixed feelings about it because it does devalue it. My least favorite, I mean, I know they're working on the spellbook, but I would say the spellbook was probably the biggest fail I've seen. And the fact that like all of Zaya could have been so much smaller and was fucking all the houses I see when I ran up to here, like no one in them. There's nothing to do with like anything. It just looks like a big house that's useless. But I would say the amount of space they used up that's like useless is fucking pointless as well.
Zaya never got updated at all. The only thing I would ever do there is plant a spirit tree. So I guess that's my favorite right now, but I do think that it'll be changed a lot. I guess least favorite, I mean, obviously I don't like how Soul RC is right now, so that's one thing, but just in general, I think that the fact that most of the content on Zaya is just not good is kind of pointing, I guess. I think they should have put back Zaya because I just don't think it was ready, and I think that they put out content that really wasn't that good. Like when I was playing through it on day of release, it was just like, underneath it all, it just isn't that good, and it was really kind of saddening. I know that they'd been hyping it and like putting in so much work for it.
I mean, it was
But I think it
about
still
what
has
I expected.
potential. Yeah, I mean, in a way I kind of expected that, but I was still hoping that it would be better than it was. But the only thing they can really do to make it better is just keep updating it, so I think that's what they're gonna do.
Wait. My least favorite update is that top 30 for rune crafting is 400k plus on tracker. That's my least favorite update.
All right. I want to take this opportunity to say that I tweeted this last night when I went to bed. Alfred and Ghost did a phenomenal job doing their part with Zaya. Shout out to
Oh, I
them.
forgot to say that the graphics are really good.
They did an absolutely phenomenal job. They did everything they were supposed to and did a fantastic job at doing. Great job, Alfred. Great job, Ghost. All right, got a little bit of non-RuneScape related shit here now. So, what did you get for Christmas?
What?
Yeah, but hey man, Christmas happened since the last fucking podcast.
No. So someone got kicked. I was like,
Vegeta
who
got kicked, it said.
Oh,
He AFK'd
hey,
out. He had to go. You
fuck
AFK'd out,
Vegeta.
finished
Let's
it off.
continue.
He'll be back.
I got some money from like relatives.
Wait, you mean you
Stepdad
got
got
some
me some-
bonds?
Don't talk about that though. My stepdad got me some tools. A little bit strange, but they actually did come in handy because I had to do some repairs on my car, which I was actually able to do because I had to. Not really much else. I don't know.
I got a couple pieces for a computer that should be done few months. I've got like really all that I need to do left is just buy a video card and some monitors. But I just got a few pieces for that. Pretty good.
Ace?
I accomplished a 3 mil thieving day, I think it was, yeah, because I stayed home like a nerd all day. Did absolutely nothing for
10 hours,
Christmas.
10 hours of thieving, that's impressive.
Yeah, well, no. No, pyramid plunder. I plundered.
Okay, 11 hours.
Alright, well, I don't know, it might be a little more than that.
I don't celebrate Christmas, but my grandmother doesn't understand how anybody cannot celebrate Christmas. So she got me some chocolates, which I don't even like because they have fucking caramel and almonds in it. And a Darth Vader shirt, which is two sizes too large for me. So, you know,
Holy shit.
I guess that's cool.
Hey, didn't Santa
Merry
bring you
Christmas.
some crackers?
Oh yeah, and Santa did stop by.
Carry on. Santa Kane.
Randy?
I think EDC.
Grandma DDoS.
Okay. So Santa
that?
Kane. What else?
Are you streaming? You streaming?
Yeah, he's streaming.
Yeah.
He's streaming. He's back.
Oh yeah, Santa came and brought me some saltine crackers. You can find that on my Twitter at twitter.com/OSRS_trance, rank 1 Twitter. Yep.
All right. Also, over the break here, we had some New Year's. Did you guys do anything special for New Year's? Shit, I went to a casino for the first time in my life, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't win. I came out on top, won some money. Went out to dinner with the winnings. It was kind of cool because at the casino I could pay for the dinner with the chips that I won. I could definitely see myself going to a casino again. It was a lot of fun. Did a little bit of blackjack, roulette, and a couple other games. It was fun. I could see myself going again. It was cool. Had I not won money, I'd probably be singing a different tune.
You'll win. You'll lose money next time you go.
Probably. I was in the car when it was 12 o'clock, so that was the first time I've ever been in the car for New Year's, I guess, but without my cousins because they were visiting from New York. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done anything.
I was doing agility, to be honest. I did exactly what every meme did on Twitter. Just like celebrate for 1 minute, then just back to agility.
I was just about to say, all y'all are lying. Y'all know y'all were playing RuneScape at midnight. Don't even lie. All
I
y'all
would
in
have
the
been if
chat
I
were
was
playing
home.
RuneScape.
It's
You
so
don't gotta
cold
lie to
out,
us.
dude. Fuck leaving the house.
I was playing RuneScape.
I've been on RuneScape for previous New Year's, definitely.
When I was in like 7th grade, I online for New Year's, and like when it hit like 12 a.m. Eastern, like I was standing in a bank and like everyone was like, "Oh, Happy New Year, Happy New Year," and then like the next hour, everyone was like, who was like in the Central Time Zone would be saying it, you know, like Happy New Year, and like it just kept going like all the way until the West Coast finally hit 12 a.m. So that's one thing I remember in the past about playing on New Year's. Alright. So Ace wanted this question. The Powerball is hitting 1.4 bill, which is gonna be an all-time record. If you won that Powerball, what would you do with the money? I really no order, just take it how you want.
What would I do? Oh, let's see here. Unfortunately, none of us will be able to be named anonymous if we were to win. So whoever wins, you will know the name because every state is... There's like a loophole or something like that I read or something that they said on the news earlier today that unfortunately they're gonna post your name on the site, and yeah, so basically buy bodyguards. That's basically what you're gonna have to do. And
I read that if you paid like 300 mil, it can be anonymous.
doubt.
What a scam.
I don't know. I saw that. I saw someone who I follow who lives in New York tweeted something about it.
Like you're going undercover. You're going hiding.
Doesn't this money get taxed as well, or no?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. So like, I saw this conspiracy that like the government uses it just to make money because like you have to pay hundreds of mil to the government on
That's
taxes.
the fucking point. Why would they do it if they didn't make money?
Yeah, the one-time lump sum I think is like 800 mil right now, or 900 mil.
I would take
something
that
like that.
one-time lump sum because honestly, I don't think I'd be around to see all that shit.
And then you got the 7 or 8 whatever your tax state is on top of that. You got your
But
state
you can
tax
get
on
your
top of that.
identity changed, though. You can just be like a new person. That way nobody kills you.
Yes, Killer Chimney. You can get an IRL Ellie. I know. You're stealing my jokes. Can't be doing that.
What would I do with the money? I'm not an idiot, so I don't play the lottery.
Hey, you gotta play to win.
You're an idiot for not playing.
Yeah.
You gotta play to get played.
You're telling me it's not worth $1 just for a chance?
$2.
No,
$2.
not for a 1 in whatever, 100 million, 300 million.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are you gonna do with that $2
Oh, it's $1
otherwise?
for the ticket?
A lot more, a 1 in 300 million chance to win the money. It's more than 1 in 300 million. I don't know the exact odds. No, it's not. It's not favorable. Otherwise, everybody would buy a million tickets.
You know, whoever wins this, we won't know who wins for probably at least 3 to 4 weeks.
I win it. Buying 200 million bonds. I don't give a fuck. And
It's gonna cost you like 0.0000006% or something stupid like that. Of your earnings.
and I guess not really sure what else. But
A house. You Lamborghini.
I mean, I guess I could say the obvious dumb bullshit that everyone would. Oh, I'm gonna buy my mama a house. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. No shit, I'm gonna do that shit. But
Hexis house incoming.
nah.
You forgot the part where your girl's gonna take half the money and run.
Yeah,
Hey.
you forgot about that part.
Make her sign a prenup.
If I were to win it, I would probably just keep doing what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
you gotta stop moving your chair.
Yeah.
I don't like you shit your pants.
Yeah, I would just keep doing what I'm doing, I think, and not worry about money. That would be cool. guess
I
not
wouldn't
be
even
dead
let
after
myself finish
school.
this last semester at college. I'd drop out in the middle of it.
What would you need to go
Absolutely.
to college for? You wouldn't need to do it. You got freaking like 800 mil. You're
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to have something to occupy you in life. I'm going to college because I want to get a job in something that I'll actually
RuneScape.
enjoy doing. I would continue to play RuneScape and make videos and stream and stuff because I enjoy that too. But I don't think I want to do only that for a while. Maybe I would consider like putting off college and just taking a semester to like live in an apartment and focus on my channels.
You're a
but-
billionaire. Fuck a job. Fucking apartment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd buy a nice car. I'd get a nice apartment, I guess, but I wouldn't want anything too ridiculous.
You'd buy a nice car that you hardly even use because fuck it, RuneScape.
I'm just imagining like Aubrey blowing the whole load in like 2 months on like hookers and cocaine, just, like completely strung out afterwards. Like,
Hey, I saw something that like 60% of the people that win the lottery like go broke within like a certain amount of time. Like they just fucking piss it all away.
Yeah.
Most of the people who do.
Yeah.
Most
I
of the
wouldn't
people
do
who
that.
most of the people who win it say that they wish they never had won it.
People saying buy a house.
won't.
I would not buy a house ever, I don't think, because when you buy a house, you have to take care of a house.
Hey,
You could hire
motherfucker, you
people
got
to take
eight.
care of
You
your house, but that's a pain in
you
the
could
ass.
pay someone to take care of that shit.
You could, but
Mark
that's just
Zuckerberg.
annoying.
Mark
All I
Zuckerberg
need
lived in an
is
apartment.
I need a bathroom, I need a kitchen, I need a bedroom, and I need like one other room. That's all I need, and I don't want anything more than that. So if I can get that and be in like a nice area where I don't have the risk of like getting shot, then I'm good.
If you have that much money, there ain't no safe place unless you're under the ground.
That's true, yeah. Probably give a bunch of it away because I wouldn't need that much, and then like if I just had it, I'd probably think of eventually think of ways to waste it. I don't know.
Alright, I don't know who put this in at the bottom. I don't even know if I should ask it.
What is it? Oh, I see it.
we already asked.
Who was that?
We already covered this. That's why I was confused at why it's still here.
Alright, we'll fuck that one then. So, guess that does it for the 29th Hexis podcast. Next one should be January 23rd, 24th, 25th, somewhere around there. Feel free to put in some topic submissions for us in the description. There's a link with that. Free to do that. It's been a real good podcast, and thank you guys for tuning in, and see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
AHK.